What would happen if Ned Stark told the realm about Cersei and Jaime's incestuous relationship? Before I begin, I want to say thank you. I make these types of videos because I like to make them. I was overjoyed when I saw that I had 54 subscribers as of this morning. Again, thank you very much, and let's get on with the video. If Ned Stark had revealed the incestuous relationship between Cersei and Jaime Lannister, the immediate reaction from King Robert Baratheon would have been explosive. Robert's wrath, already fueled by his hatred for the Lannisters, would have made him a dangerous adversary. Upon discovering that his children were not his own, Robert may have felt not only betrayed as a husband, but also as a king whose legacy was built on a lie. His identity as a father and ruler would have been shattered. Robert's fury might have driven him to act without caution. He would likely have sought immediate justice by ordering the arrest, and possibly the execution, of Cersei and Jaime. Such a sudden, impulsive decision could have sparked violence within King's Landing itself. Given that the Lannisters held immense power in the city through gold and influence, any attempt by Robert to imprison them would have met significant resistance from the Lannister forces stationed there. Cersei, known for her ability to manipulate events, would not have been caught off guard for long. If Ned Stark revealed her secret, she would likely have preempted Robert's next moves, rather than waiting for him to act. Cersei might have used her connections to poison him or otherwise eliminate him sooner than in the original timeline. Her survival instinct, combined with Jaime's loyalty and Tywin's power, would have made them dangerous enemies for anyone, including Robert. Tywin Lannister, the patriarch of House Lannister, would not have stood by while his family's reputation crumbled. He valued family above all else and saw any threat to Cersei and Jaime as a threat to his house. Tywin might have immediately moved to defend his children, either through diplomacy, offering favors and gold to loyal lords, or through military might. His gold could have bought the loyalty of numerous houses, making a direct conflict with the Baratheons inevitable. Meanwhile, Joffrey, Myrcella, and Tommen's claims to the throne would have been destroyed. In the eyes of the realm, the revelation of their true parentage would have stripped them of legitimacy, especially under the strict inheritance laws of Westeros. This would have sent shockwaves through the noble houses, as the heirs to the throne were suddenly revealed as bastards, leading many lords to question their loyalty to the crown. Stannis Baratheon, Robert's older brother and rightful heir, would have likely seen this as his moment. His claim to the Iron Throne would be indisputable following the revelation of Joffrey's illegitimacy. Known for his stern sense of justice and unyielding determination, Stannis might have raised his fleet much sooner, seeking to dethrone the Lannisters and claim what he believed was rightfully his. He would have seen no room for compromise with traitors and bastards. Renly Baratheon, Robert's younger brother, may have viewed the situation differently from Stannis. Where Stannis valued law and order, Renly was more politically savvy. Renly may have used the chaos to build alliances with powerful houses, such as the Tyrells, to press his own claim to the Iron Throne. He might have seen himself as the best option for a peaceful and prosperous reign, using charisma to win over those disillusioned with Stannis and Joffrey. Ned Stark, despite his noble intentions, would have struggled to navigate this volatile political environment. Though he was committed to justice and the truth, revealing Cersei and Jaime's secret without securing powerful allies would have left him exposed. He was not suited to the treacherous politics of King's Landing, where betrayal and manipulation were as common as oaths. His moral code, while honorable, would have been his undoing in the face of such ruthless enemies. Cersei, ever cunning, would have undoubtedly acted quickly to neutralize Ned. In the original timeline, she manipulated events to ensure his downfall after Robert's death. But in this altered scenario, she would have had even more urgency. Knowing that her family's survival depended on stopping Ned, she may have orchestrated his arrest or assassination even sooner, using her connections with the City Watch or her father's influence. The other noble houses of Westeros would have been forced to take sides in the conflict. House Stark, already at odds with the Lannisters, would have rallied to defend their lord's honor. The Riverlands, led by House Tully, might have joined the Starks due to their family ties. Meanwhile, the Baratheons would have been divided between Stannis and Renly, each claiming the throne. Other houses, like the Tyrells or Martells, might have chosen sides based on their own ambitions. The War of the Five Kings would have escalated much faster than it did in the original timeline. Joffrey's sudden loss of legitimacy would have created a power vacuum, prompting multiple claimants to the throne to act more decisively. Stannis Renly, Robb Stark, and Balon Greyjoy would have all seen the instability in King's Landing as an opportunity to push their own agendas. Each of these contenders had their own reasons for seeking the throne, making the conflict even more chaotic. The North, led by Robb Stark, would have been deeply affected by the revelation of the Lannister secret. Robb's motivations for going to war in the original timeline were driven by a desire to avenge his father's death. But in this scenario, the war might have started earlier, with Robb rallying his bannermen to defend the honor of House Stark against the Lannisters. The Starks, known for their loyalty and sense of justice, would have been among the first to rise in rebellion. The Ironborn, led by Balon Greyjoy, might have seen the chaos as an opportunity to assert their independence. With the Lannisters distracted by internal conflict and the Baratheons divided, Balon could have launched raids along the western coasts of Westeros, taking advantage of the confusion. The Ironborn thrived in times of instability, and a civil war among the great houses would have provided ample opportunity for plunder and conquest. Meanwhile, in the Vale, Lysa Arryn might have used the chaos to solidify her own position. Paranoid and protective of her son, Robin, Lysa would likely have refused to commit to any side initially, preferring to remain neutral while the other houses fought. However, her connections with the Starks might have eventually drawn her into the conflict, especially if Robb Stark sought her support in his rebellion against the Lannisters. Dorne, ever calculating, would have been in a unique position. House Martell held a grudge against the Lannisters for the death of Ilya Martell, and they might have used this as an opportunity to strike at their old enemies. However, Doran Martell, known for his patience and long-term strategy, might have waited for the right moment to act, preferring to see the Lannisters weakened before committing to open conflict. The Free Cities and other external powers would have also taken notice of the internal strife in Westeros. The chaos would have made the realm more vulnerable to outside influence, with cities like Braavos or Pentos possibly using the opportunity to meddle in Westerosi affairs. Mercenary companies, like the Golden Company, might have been hired by various factions to bolster their forces, further escalating the conflict. In conclusion, if Ned Stark had revealed the truth about Cersei and Jaime Lannister, the realm would have descended into chaos much faster. The political landscape would have shifted dramatically, with multiple claimants to the throne and various houses being forced to choose sides. The conflict would have been far more complex, with the Lannisters, Baratheons, Starks, and other key players all vying for control of the Iron Throne. So what do you think? What other things would have happened if Ned Stark did this? Would the Hound and Arya Stark have that special relationship? Would Sansa been sore to the Boltons? Or would Littlefinger have died? Thank you for watching.